Imagine waking up in a charming French village, strolling to a local cafe for fresh croissants, and spending your golden years enjoying world-class healthcare, culture, and a slower pace of life. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for thousands of Americans, retiring in France isn't just a fantasy, it's reality. Welcome back to Retire Without Borders, the channel where I walk you through the ins and outs of retiring overseas. But how do you make it happen? Stick with me, because today, we're diving into everything you need to know to retire comfortably in France. Let's get started. France is one of the most sought-after destinations for retirees looking to move overseas, and it's easy to see why. Affordable healthcare, a rich cultural scene, and stunning landscapes from the beaches of Nice to the vineyards of Bordeaux. But retiring abroad comes with challenges too. Visas, cost of living, and yes, the language barrier. Don't worry, we'll break it all down step by step. First up, where should you live? France offers a variety of retirement-friendly locations depending on your lifestyle and budget. Most obvious to many is the obvious place, Paris. If you love city life, arts, and history, Paris is incredible, but it's also one of the most expensive places to live. Then there is Provence, a retiree favorite with warm weather, rolling lavender fields, and a relaxed pace. Also, you can retire in Bordeaux, a mix of old-world charm and modern convenience, plus, you guessed it, amazing wine. My favorite areas are Nice and the French Riviera. If you want sunshine, Mediterranean vibes, and a large expat community, this is the place for you. Less well-known to many Americans is Dordogne. Often called Little Britain because of its strong English-speaking community, it offers affordable countryside living with a slower pace. Wherever you choose, make sure to visit first and get a feel for daily life. It would be a great idea to rent a flat in one or more of these areas for at least a few weeks, and visit in various seasons to get a feel for the areas. Now let's talk money. France can be surprisingly affordable compared to major US cities. Here's a breakdown of the key costs. Housing. Rent varies widely. Expect to pay around $800 to $1,500 per month in smaller towns, while Paris can be $2,500 or more. Groceries. Fresh food from local markets is not only delicious but budget-friendly. While French food may seem exotic, it is actually very basic and healthy. Healthcare. One of France's biggest perks. Its world-class healthcare system is a fraction of what you'd pay in the US. More on that in a minute. Daily expenses. Eating out, public transport, and entertainment are all reasonably priced, especially outside major tourist hotspots. Overall, a comfortable retirement in France is absolutely doable, especially if you choose an affordable region. Now back to healthcare. What do you need to know? One of the biggest benefits of retiring in France: the healthcare system. France has one of the best in the world, and once you become a legal resident, you can access the public healthcare system at a much lower cost than in the US. Expats often supplement with private insurance, but even that is way more affordable than American healthcare. So not only do you get excellent care, you also keep more money in your pocket. So how do you actually move to France? If you're not an European Union citizen, you'll need a long-stay visa to live there full-time. Here's the basic process. To start, apply for a long-stay visa before you move. This usually lasts a year. Once in France, apply for a carte de séjour, residence permit, to stay long-term. Finally, after 5 years, you can apply for permanent residency, or even French citizenship if you fall in love with the country. It takes planning, but thousands of retirees do it every year. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Do you need to speak French? The truth is, in bigger cities and expat-heavy areas, you can get by with English. I speak German and Spanish in addition to English, and still had a hard time in Paris. However, I did much better in Nice and Lyon. But in smaller towns, knowing at least some French will make your life so much easier. The good news? There are tons of resources, apps like Duolingo, online courses, and even local conversation groups. Learning just the basics can help you connect with locals and truly feel at home. Now, what about moving across the ocean from your friends and family? Worried about being lonely? Don't be. France has huge expat communities, especially in places like Paris, Nice and the French Riviera, Dordogne, Bordeaux, Montpellier. There are Facebook groups, meetups, and local clubs where you can connect with fellow retirees. Having a support network makes the transition much smoother. So is retiring in France right for you? If you love amazing food, a high quality of life, and access to affordable healthcare, it might be the perfect place to spend your golden years. But it does take planning, so start researching, visit different regions, and prepare for an exciting new chapter. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more tips on retiring overseas, and drop a comment below. Would you retire in France? See you in the next video. That's all for this episode of Retire Without Borders. Now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest question about retiring in the Philippines? Drop a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more tips on retiring overseas.